Ladies and gentlemen, this is Pipes again. I'm here at the pit area for the Hog Wild Rodeo drag race going on, and with me is the current record holder for the track, and that was established last night.
I set a record about 4 years ago here, and then last night I broke that record again doing testing, and then today during testing I broke it another time.
So what is the official speed now that you've been posted?
Well, the speed that I did yesterday was 132.08.
Wow, an eighth mile.
Yeah.
That is moving fast.
Yeah.
So you're the man to beat then.
Yep.
And you feel with that, you're pretty far ahead of everybody else.
Well, the mile an hour isn't really the big issue. It's the elapsed time.
Yeah, the ET.
Yeah.
And how is your ET going with all of that? I mean, it's got to be.
Well, my ET today, I just ran a 5.77, which beat my record from 4 years ago, which was a 5.83.
Wow.
And yesterday I ran a 5.85. So the 577 is pretty phenomenal for me. I'm pretty happy. This is a new setup bike.
And it's the green bike you're talking here?
Green bike over here.
So without giving out any secrets, what's some of the things that you contribute to the speed of the bike?
Well, the motor work, which I built at our shop, Interstate Junction Motorcycles, and then the chassis setup. The real secret is in the shock absorber on the rear of the bike.
Right, so you're able to transfer. If you can't, you can have all the power in the world, but if you can't transfer that power, it's you're standing up.
This is the trickiest, hardest track to run that there is.
And
this is an unprepped, brushed concrete track. It's very hard to hook up. It's the toughest one we've ever seen.
So and this is something you do this on a regular basis.
I've been doing this since 1983.
1983.
Yeah.
20 years. You've been doing.
Well, I've been here probably 7 or 8 years.
7 or 8 years.
Yeah. But it took me a while here. I didn't do so well to begin with.
Well, it's a
learning curve.
Learning curve, and you seem to have mastered it pretty well. And you've got a couple other bikes that are running as well. I see. Is this the rest of the stable here?
This is our Dyna Super Glide. This bike has won the fastest street big twin Harley the last 3 events.
Really?
And at last fall, it also won King of the Hill.
Really?
Yes.
So so you've got a record breaker. You've got another bike at another category that is on top.
Yes.
What about the blue bike?
The blue bike is ridden by my son Shane, and the blue bike over here has also actually at the last 3 events, it was the fastest street import bike.
Wow, so you've got quite the. He's got all kinds of bikes to beat, and we've got another bike, the Sportster back there.
Yes, that's my son's bike. Well, the blue one and the Sportster belong to my son Shane over here, and the Sportster. This is the first debut at the track with that.
And how has it been performing for you guys?
Not bad.
Not bad.
He's running some decent numbers with it. It's his daily street bike too. He rides it to work every day.
Well, then that puts it in another class, but it's not set up specifically for racing. So how does it feel to have that target on the back of your shirt there? You've got 3 bikes that are in the top of their classes. You're putting out great ETs, great speeds. You've got to feel some pressure.
Well, I perform better under pressure. And when it comes to the finals, I always pick it up a notch. I work better under pressure.
Well, that's something a lot of people do, but some people just go to shit too. So, but who do you feel is that if you had to pick one bike that you wouldn't want to have to go up against? Is there anybody that you're a little that you're a little worried about?
Not this weekend. This red and white bike behind us. He can run the mile an hour that I can run, but he hasn't put together the ET yet. But if that bike is at a regular track that's prepared, that is a very fast bike.
So you're feeling confident then?
Oh, down here, yeah. I've specifically designed these bikes for this track.
So that always amazes me, the people that can get that much in tune with something and to be able to customize exactly for what's going on.
Yeah.
It's taken you a few years, but you've been strong for a while now.
Yes, long time. We have another race bike at our shop that is quicker and faster than the green bike, but that bike is specifically set up for a well-prepped NHRA track.
And you just couldn't get the hookup on it. You couldn't get the performance on this track.
It won't perform as well on this track. I actually set the record 4 years ago with that bike here. But since then I've changed the setup so it would run quicker and faster at a prepped track. And now, due to the setup, it won't run those numbers here.
Sure. So do you have any formal training, or is this something that the old school of hard knocks and trial by error and
the school of hard knocks?
You actually have some talent in some aspects, because you're a motorcycle shop as well.
We at our motorcycle shop, we specialize mainly in Harley-Davidson performance work and service. We have a mail order cylinder head porting business that goes all around the United States. And the import bikes that we race, we also build those kind of race motors too, but it's predominantly Harley-Davidson. And I've been porting Harley-Davidson cylinders and heads. I've been doing that for about 30 plus years now.
Wow. And some people don't realize that the motor is all it is an air pump. And it's all about being able to move that air in and out as efficiently as possible. And that's where you talk with the porting and the polishing and getting things so that flow is right. And it's not just a simple matter of having it clean. You've got to have some amount of drag. You've got to have, because too much, then it doesn't have time for proper fuel mixture. So there's a real fine art to it.
There's a real art to it, and I hand port all my heads. I always have. So being an artist with a die grinder is what it takes, and a flow bench and many countless hours of testing on the flow bench is really what it takes, and a camshaft and a package that works together. Woodcarbs.com, most people know it as Woods Cams. We've been hooked up with Bobby Woods from Woods Cams. He's out of Cropwell, Alabama. He makes the best cams for Harley-Davidson motors in the country, and I've been with him since he came into play.
When we mentioned that, always amazing. You always wonder why the manufacturer doesn't clue in and let's put those in the bike. But they just never seem to really build a complete package.
Well, that's where your individual head porters from around the country come into play. And there's some good porters in the country, and you'll find that each porter has a combination that works between the engine size, bore stroke, port work, valve size, and choice of cams. And each guy has a good package normally.
Now, when you mentioned valves, I was involved with my brother, Jim, another name, Jim Fueling. Fueling heads. With the 4-valve head setup.
Yep.
And
I remember that. Yes.
And actually, it now is it's gone basically. My brother, I think he has one motor still somewhere that's got the 4 valves in it, but that was always a no-brainer to me. And you've got more valve, and I can't really do the sales pitch that I used to do when trying to sell about. Just imagine if you open your mouth big, you can't really get much volume.
You don't.
But if you do it smaller,
then you have velocity.
You have velocity.
That's what the secret is. With the Fueling 4-valve head come out, I was quite impressed with it. With 4 small valves, the velocity is there, which means speed to the air moving in.
Exactly.
And that's a great thing that creates tons of power. And with a Harley-Davidson 2-valve head, that is harder to attain the speed because the hole is bigger.
Right. It's you can't, but you can really pull it in smaller. And there's an adult joke in there somewhere, if you can imagine, between big mouth and little mouth, and volume and sucking power. But anyway, because you'd have the Harley was a 2 1/8, and we were running 3 inches on the fueling heads, so you even had more area on top of it, and it was just amazing that we just couldn't get people to clue into the more efficient, the better, but more torque and all that good stuff. But anyway, I really have enjoyed talking to you, because when I meet somebody that I can feel the passion, and I can see the passion as you're talking, and the smile, and it is just a pleasure to know somebody that has such great passion for what they're doing, and to be able to enjoy it as much as you do, because you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor by actually racing. So many people and artists, because you're an artist and doing what you're doing, they do something and they don't get to enjoy the fruits of their labor as much, and here you are enjoying it to the full hilt and dominating while you're doing it. So you're definitely a lucky man, Dave. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you using the Strong Arm brand, multi-purpose, does it all, doesn't it, for you?
Strong Arm does everything.
Yeah.
You could take a bath with it.
Yeah, what are some of the things that you've done with
Strong
it?
Arm, we've used it on chains, tapping holes, coating parts that we don't want to rust for long periods of time. We sell it to well drillers and welders and pipe fitters, and it's got multiple uses.
Right, as I like to say, it puts multi and multi-purpose.
It's great stuff. It really is. I'm totally impressed with it,
and
I
it's
feel
pretty inexpensive for what it does.
it is inexpensive, and I feel safe about it. If it's on your skin, it's non-toxic. It's a good product. That's natural product. And it's amazing. It really is.
How long have you been involved with using the Strong Arm brand?
Since I met Frank here a number of years back. Yeah, probably 3 or 4 years ago when Frank was here. I got set up with Frank, and he's a great guy and a good salesman, and he'll give you a conversation.
Yeah, that he will. He is actually really a salt of the earth type of a guy, and
Yes.
I'm also proud to be able to count his as one of my friends. So again, I know you've got some stuff doing. You've got some racing. Again, thank you
Thanks
so much.
again.
Best of luck to you, sir. And we'll see you again, I'm sure.
All right.
All right, have a great day. They've got the Outlaw Unprepared. It's a raw track. It's an 1/8 mile. And you heard some of the numbers. And this man is going to go out there and dominate once again this year. So thanks for watching, guys. And don't forget, it's Strong Arm brand for the best thing that you could use for your motorcycle, your car, your truck, jewelry, anything you can think of. This product right here is going to take care of all those needs for you. So check it out, Strong Arm brand. But there are lots of people that are utilizing it. The winning teams anyway are utilizing the Strong Arm brand. It's something that there's so many purposes for it, folks. Like the list is like a laundry list. It's forever. You can clean jewelry, clean just about anything with it. It really is an amazing product, and of course it is all over the world. We've got it down in Australia, our good friends down there, Australian Strong Arm brand. This is Pipes. I'll be back here in a few minutes.